Hello, welcome to my home. My name is Lisa, and this is Lisa Abby's Needleworks, where I talk about stitching, quilting, thrift store, some random things thrown in just for fun. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Today is Monday, June 15th, I believe. The month is flying by, and I feel like I'm just trying to hold on to it, trying to get caught up. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've been trying to do the normal cleaning and working outside a little bit, trying to get some flower beds put together, taking some out because it's just too much work. And it's been fun. I kind of decorated my front porch a little bit for the 4th for patriotic type of things, and I'm happy with some of the stuff I came up with out there. We made a little water feature. So we've been getting a lot of stuff done, and that's great, but I feel like I've kind of lost my stitchy bug. So tonight, Larry has to work late, so my plan was I'm going to try to do a video real quick and start uploading it, and then I'm going to try to do some stitching tonight. I don't have to cook dinner, and I'm pretty sure the laundry can wait. I have my work clothes for tomorrow, so I think we're okay. So anyway, I'm in kind of a different spot today. This is going to be my new sewing room. I'm going to still have all my stamping stuff, my scrapbook things and all that still down in the basement. But I've decided to bring up my sewing things and put them in the room where my mom had been staying. So I don't know if you, just a little backstory, she lived with us for about 8 years, and she just passed away. And I was just going to wait for quite a while before I did anything in the room, but I just felt like I needed something happy. So I knew she would be happy because she would love to, plan a room or plan how to organize things. Oh, she really loved to organize. And she loved to clean, and she often wanted to organize my craft area down in the basement because I think it gave her anxiety. I'm the type of person who has to have everything sitting out because if I put things away, I forget about them, and I like to be inspired by my things, But she's just the opposite. She would always put things away, and if there was too much out, it would mess up with her creativity. So in that part, we were a little bit opposite. Most of the other ways we were pretty similar. So anyway, I have been doing a little bit in here. I did some painting last week, and we were able to move some of my stuff up. So maybe I'll do a tour once I get a little bit more done. I still have the other half of the room to paint. It's not a very big room, but I found that I am not a very fast painter. I was doing it, and it seemed like it was taking me forever. But anyway, okay, we're 3 minutes in and I haven't talked about stitching. So, but anyway, there hasn't been a whole lot of stitching going on, but I will show you the few things that I was able to work on and a couple of my plans. I know it's always exciting for me to see other people's videos and see what they're up to. So hopefully something that I show will be exciting for you and make you feel like doing some of your own stuff. So let's get started. As far as Stitch Mania, I hadn't done a wrap up for that. I did pretty good, but the last 3 days I just gave up. I thought I have plenty of things started, and I feel like I gave it a valiant effort. Is that the right word? But I just didn't want to push myself anymore. So I did 3 more starts, and there was 3 that I just didn't get started at all. So, but we'll show some of the things I did work on. I decided to start Threadwork Primitives Winter Peacocks. And this was one that I was gonna do my own kind of color schemes for. And so I had been gifted this really pretty fabric. I think I did actually have a tag on this one. It's Belfast. Maybe it says 32 count HG. So is that, I don't know what that stands for. Anyway, it's Belfast Lime Green number 1. Yikes. So it has a real pretty green tint to it, and I was planning on using a combination of greens and blues for these peacocks. It shows that they just do like a teal color for the tail, and then the body they use a brown. But I've decided I couldn't decide between doing greens or browns, so I have like 3 shades of green that'll go in the tail, and I'm doing blue for the body. I don't know. I'm going to have an interesting peacock, I think, but that's okay. I did work a little bit more on my freebie, and I'll have to list it below. Sorry, the light's coming through the window. It's a little lady with a watering can, and it says pins at the bottom. So I got a little bit more done on her. I had just done the border during Mania, and so after Mania I worked a little bit and just filled in the pins in the lady. But so I got a little bit done on her. One of the other ones I started for Mania was a Not Forgotten Farm, and it's called Spring Farmhouse. Okay, so, and this is how much I got on this one. Let me see if I try to block out some of the sun, if you can see it a little bit. So I was able to get the top corner and a little bit of the flowers done. So got a little bit done on that for a start. And then these are the colors. I believe they're the called for colors that Not Forgotten Farm picked. And so then when I was trying to decide what to do with this sepia sampler by Not Forgotten Farm, it was a little bit kind of dull for me as far as the colors. I kind of felt like I wanted to liven it up a little bit. So I decided to use the same color scheme that's in Spring Farmhouse, or Spring Farmhouse, or whatever. I decided, well, let's just use the same colors and not have to make another decision. So anyway, those were my starts. Just a second. Okay, that's pretty much my stitching. Hopefully tonight I will remedy that, and once I get started back on track, hopefully things will pick up a little bit, and I'll have a little bit more exciting things to share with you. I did find in my basement, when I was going through all of my junk, or my stuff, as you want to say, whichever way you want to look at it, I had this finished a while back. It's called Where Flowers Blossom by Brenda Gervais. And I'd been thinking long and hard about what I was going to do. My plan was to frame it. But every time I would go to the thrift store, I wouldn't find the right size frame. So I just had it put back on the back burner until I found something exciting. And then I was looking through some of the boxes that I had purchased from the thrift store, and it just has a random little painted thing on it. And I looked at it and I thought, well, I wonder if that would fit, and hot dog if it doesn't fit in there pretty nice. So my plan is to paint the box. It has a little drawer that's in it, and I don't know if you've seen, I looked at, there was a couple studio tours that I had seen. One was like from Scarlett House, where she shows her studio, and she had this really pretty box, and on the top of it she had stitching put on the top, and then she had like a cute little scissor fob and a little pin cushion to kind of go with it. So that's my plan. I'm planning on taking one of the little motifs down here and doing a little scissor fob and doing also a little pin cushion out of some of the motifs or whatever. I want some of the designs on here. And then once this is put on sticky board, it's kind of a deep little inset piece. So I feel like there would be a good, you know, 1/2 inch. It's about 1 inch now deep. So I feel like that once I put this, mount it and put it in there, I feel like there'll be probably a 1/2 inch so that things can just sit on there. And I thought, well, I could just put my needles and stuff like that inside. So I think it's going to be super cute. We'll see. I bought some kind of yellowish color milk paint to go on it. So we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll see how that turns out. I'm kind of excited about it. Now, of course, I don't have a spot where I can put it. I don't know. It might fit in my new sewing room here. That'd be good, huh? And then I found a couple other things at the thrift store. Last week I found this frame, and it's just antiqued, and it's so pretty. And I couldn't believe it was 50 cents. So very excited about that. So I thought I was going to go through some of my stitch pieces and see if there's something I can put in that. And then I also ran across this clock, and it was kind of pricey for me. I actually spent $8 on this, which is almost a near fortune for me because I generally don't pay for things in thrift stores too much. But excuse me, I'm getting all choked up about it. But I thought if I popped the clock out of here, it would look really cute with some stitching in there. So we'll see. I like it as a clock, if nothing else. And I liked that like antiquiness looking of it. I know it's not an antique. It's made in China like most things. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Not sure what I'll put in it, but I'm on the lookout for some round things that I could maybe go in there. And then I found some really pretty buttons. And a lot of times it's hard to find some that all match. So these were 50 cents. So I thought, well, they might look cute on something. So I picked those up. But that's pretty much my stitching. Not very riveting, and I don't have any finishes, but I'm really hoping to change that a little bit. But I love the conversation that we have when I have all kinds of comments from all you wonderful viewers, and I just feel like you're all my friends, and so I just felt like I needed to talk to you. So I hope you'll talk back to me and tell me what you're up to. I did get quite a bit of my sewing room put together. And I bought a little gizmo that was supposed to be able to track you while you're on your phone, while you're recording. But it had so much, it caused so many pop-ups and things in my phone that I deleted the app, and I'm going to send it back. So hopefully I can find another one that's made by somebody that has some kind of technical support. I hate when you buy something and they don't have any phone number or any email thing that you can send if you have questions. So if they had that, they could probably tell me how to fix that on my phone, and I would have kept the product. But anyway, we'll see. But it's funny when you start looking at all these little gadgets. If you click on anything on Instagram, and then, boy, they just tell you all kinds of things you can spend your money on. It was funny because Larry told me about it, this little product. You know, he's like, oh, did you see this? It's pretty cool, you know. And before he knew it, you know, he was talking about it again. I said, oh, yeah, I already bought it. He said, I'm going to stop telling you about stuff. But he doesn't care what I buy, so it's okay. Okay, so I've kind of rambled. I hope something of it was interesting to you. I thank you for joining me. I hope you guys are doing stuff that brings you joy. And thanks for coming here and hanging out with me. Hope you'll stop again, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.